Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I wanted to talk primarily about the ANVIL Carrack, and I suppose the Pisces a little bit as well, and the RSI rover, because they all come with it. So the Carrack is a top-tier military-styled exploration and expedition ship designed to make full use of the exploration mechanics as they are added to the game and travel long distances without need to return to a port very often. The ship is incredibly multi-role, allowing players to do a little bit of everything, but it is focused mainly on being an exploration expedition ship. Let's start by having a quick look at the lore blurb about the Carrack. The Carrack is exploration, discover the untapped knowledge of the cosmos, and harness the innovation of eons with the Carrack's peerless deep space performance and navigation capabilities. The Carrack is discovery. Our universe is as diverse as it is vast. The Carrack brings you face to face with the extraordinary cultures and spine-tingling vistas of far-flung worlds. The Carrack is adventure. Making new discoveries and finding treasures in the furthest reaches of space involves the occasional risk. Your Carrack and crew will be ready for anything, though. With an ironclad military pedigree, no exploit is too audacious. The Carrack is home. For all the wonder the unknown offers, even the most intrepid explorer needs a place to call their own. With the Carrack, your home travels with you everywhere and anywhere. Adventure calls and Anvil Aerospace answers with the Carrack. Built to endure extreme conditions in both space and atmosphere, this self-sustaining explorer has more than earned its long-standing status of the go-to pathfinder for both military and civilian service. The Carrack does come with the Anvil Pisces and the RSI Ursa rover. So the ship is 125 meters long, and it has a huge amount of facilities and use. Component-wise, the ship doesn't have any capital-class components, instead preferring large components and a more streamlined ship because of it, though it does have redundancy for some of its systems, like shields, and it should be able to take a reasonable beating, whether that's from combat or from varying environments. And the sort of ship is focused on sort of like the military type components, it looks like, as well. So expect to be able to outfit the Carrack to be very, very, very good. The Carrack does not have 1,000 SCU, but instead 456 SCU of cargo space, separated into swappable pods that will be swappable with other ships in its category for different function, it sounds like. So it's expected that some of these modules will give additional ship or function or improvement or abilities at the cost of some of its cargo area. The ship has some good firepower with 3 manned turrets, 1 on each of the sides and 1 on the bottom, and they are articulated in a similar way that the Hammerhead's turrets are, so it gives them a good range of coverage. There's also a remote turret on top of the ship. The ship is suitable for small crews to operate and can cater for 6 crew to live on the ship. So it has 5 bunk beds for the normal spod crew with a shared bathroom, and there's also a private captain's quarters with ensuite. There is a rec area with hexagonal pool table, and then on the other side of the ship there's a mess hall with cooking and drinking facilities there, enough for the whole crew to sit there and eat together. There is plenty of storage lockers and gear storage on the ship too. The cockpit is separated into 2 sections, upper and lower. The upper bridge, or an upper cockpit, has 2 crew stations with a sort of like hollow sphere mapping table combo and an area to observe from. So like if you walk to the front of the ship, it looks amazing. One of these terminals should allow for remote access to the ship's top turret. The lower bridge is accessible by an elevator or ladder that's also there. And there is the main captain's chair there and 2 other stations, which is odd. So that there's 2 stations above and 3 stations below. So there's 5 there, and there's also room for 3 turret gunners, it looks like, as well. So technically there's 8 stations across the ship. Also there's like other areas that people could be working on the ship, in the med bay, in the drone operator bay. There's another 2 stations there. There's loads of stations across the ship. The cockpit has a shutter as well, which can come up for some additional combat or environmental protection. Back out of the bridge, there is a drone room with 4 drones in. 2 can be operated at a time, and 2 can be launched at a time and retrieved at a time. And there are 2 operator seats for the drones in that room. Central to the ship, there is a landing bay, primarily for the C8 Pisces. It's a top opening bay, meaning other ships and vehicles could fit in there, though the opening is quite small and the bay is quite small. So, Dragonflies, yes. The P-52 and 72, little snubs, yes. The Arrow, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to try and get some videos of this, trying to get it in there. The ship has a repair room for use while out in the verse, giving you the ability to repair components and gear is the idea. There is a small medbay too, allowing you to take care of crew, or at least stabilize them until they can get treatment. It sort of sounds like they want a tier 2 medical station there, so being able to treat all but the most life-threatening injuries is the idea there, and stabilizing you if you have got them, but we'll have to wait to see exactly what they do with that. I did say do. There are 2 engineering decks and a gravity generator room towards the rear of the ship. There is a front vehicle bay where the Ursa rover is located. It appears that the intended rover with the ship is the RSI Ursa rover. There are not currently plans for an Anvil rover. The Tumbrel Cyclone may be too tall to fit in that bay if you wanted to change out and put something else there. We won't actually really know until it's in our hands, but you should be able to fit some other vehicles in there. There is a whole host of new props that have been added to the Anvil line of ships, and more generally to the game, that you'll see across the Carrack. The Carrack is planned to be flyable in February 2020 during the 3.8 branch, but not at the launch of that patch. I was talking to some devs at CitizenCon, and some of the reasons for the delay of the ship can be down to potentially extra work done to the 890 jump, a lot of the ship guys working on Squadron 42 and building interiors and other ships for Squadron 42, and that the Carrack just needed some more time to get ready. They are finishing off the levels of detail, damage, and a couple of tech things for the Carrack. The Carrack has gone up in price to $500 for the Anniversary Expo, and it's going to be the last chance to pre-purchase it before it goes into the game, and assumedly becomes more expensive as well. Though I am expecting the Carrack to be available to purchase in-game by Alpha 3.9, though probably not available to rent. Some of the larger ships, they sort of like say, yeah, you can buy them for 50 million Alpha UEC or whatever, but you are unable to rent them. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to go on with that. The Carrack comes with a C8 Pisces as standard, but there is also a C8X Expedition version of that Pisces available. The Pisces is a small ship at 13 by 10 by 3.25 meters. It does have a quantum drive as well, and room for a jump drive, meaning it's not a snub ship. It is standalone, it can work by itself. The ship has room for 3 people to sit, 2 passengers and a pilot, as well as 4 SCU of cargo space. The C8 comes with 2 size 1 weapons and no additional weapon hardpoints. The C8X adds 2 more hardpoints to that, so it's and 2 weapons. So it's got 4 weapon hardpoints, 4 size 1 hardpoints, and it comes with a different livery, a different skin. This is the only difference between them, though. The Pisces is flyable now. The C8 Pisces is only available via the Carrack at the moment, though the C8X is available standalone and even as a starter package. You can also upgrade the standard C8 in your Carrack to a C8X currently. The ship perfectly suits the Carrack's needs of scouting and reconnaissance and being able to land on the planet, and get into places that the Carrack couldn't otherwise. The Carrack also comes with the RSI Ursa rover, which is a robust and currently drivable vehicle with a remote turret and room for your entire crew to accompany you, so it is very useful. I think that across the vehicle and hangar bay, you could potentially get 4+ dragonflies in the ship, if that's the flavour you want to try. Also, you could probably put cargo in the vehicle and sort of like ship bay if you wanted to. But I'm interested to see what modular changes we can make to the cargo pods. Does that add different functionality to the ship? That sort of stuff. I think the Carrack will be one of the most popular ships in the game and flagship of many small to medium orgs. Also, I just like the idea that it's going to be reasonably environmentally shielded, it sounds like, for taking onto lots of different environments, planets in space. There's probably going to be areas which suit something that's got a bit more environmental protection than others. We saw in the recent gameplay demo that Microtech is pretty icy, and there's going to be some places in space which are very, very dangerous, and hopefully the Carrack should be able to do quite well there. But what do you think? Do you like the Carrack and its focus on exploration? But also, do you think its ability to do a huge range of other tasks in a small package is cool? Or do you think it's sort of like a ship that's sort of like, oh, trying to do too much? Are you disappointed in the ship not being available until February 2020? Are you going to be picking one up in the sale or in-game? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's also worth mentioning, if you do pick up the Carrack now, you do get 10 years insurance on it during the anniversary sale. But you will be able to get it in-game, so please remember that. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For November, it's for a Cutlass Black game package and CitizenCon 2948, last year's goodie pack. All you need to do for a chance of winning is comment on any of my videos made during November 2019. More details below. A quick bit of shilling as well. Shadow provide remote access to high-spec gaming PCs as a subscription service, so you don't need to maintain your own gaming PC. You can leverage the power of your internet to turn your phone, tablet, laptop, or home PC into a monster. They are taking pre-orders for their new hardware configurations, scaling for 4K gaming, up to 32 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce Titan RTX, which I am very much looking forward to playing Star Citizen on. Links below, and use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. I also use NordVPN, which I've decided to continue to support, as they appear to have one of the best VPN services currently available at an affordable price. If you're looking for a VPN, consider them. Links below. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you would like to share my video, comment, subscribe, like, all that sort of jazz, ring the bell. That all helps content creators. Also, if you want to further support the channel even more, there's Patreon, there's direct donation, there's the YouTube join button as well, which gives you access to some more sort of like exclusive content from me. Thank you very much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.